Yesterday, everyone's favorite washed-up mayor, Eric Adams, delivered a bombshell that everyone's favorite washed-up former governor wanted him to drop out of the race. So during this interview with CNBC, he said that Cuomo knew he was setting us up for this, knowing that the incumbent mayor already chose to forego the Democratic primary as independent instead. And he's quoted, he's quoted saying, "I said, Andrew, are you that level of arrogance? I'm the sitting mayor. I'm the sitting mayor of the city of New York, and you expect for me to step aside when you just lost to him by 12 points?" And then him is Mamdani. So this is a nice example of politicians and their egos and their inability to really coordinate. We talked about how a key part to Sanders' loss in the Democratic primary in 2020 was that you had Obama call up Mayor Pete and just the other candidates and tell them to all get out and get behind Biden, who at the time was the highest polling of the group in South Carolina. And that same ability to kind of like coalesce around each other possibly could defeat Mamdani. I think progressive politicians tend to be a lot stronger in regional elections, like statewide elections, or even just ones relating to a city or a district. But they possibly together, if one of them dropped out, might be able to consolidate the vote and the smear campaign of Mamdani as this like wide-eyed, crazy socialist who's going to bankrupt the city and have all the billionaires leave. They might be able to do that if they weren't so arrogant. Cuomo once back in the game after being dismissed from the position that both he and his father held as governor. And Adams, after getting booted by his own party, is just not willing to give up power or accept the idea that he's no longer what people want, which is why he was booted in the first place. So really, they've both been rejected by the voters to some extent, regardless of whether Mamdani wins and becomes the mayor of the largest city in America or not. But it's fascinating to kind of watch how neither of them really I'm more on Adam's side because he is the incumbent mayor, and Cuomo is pretty brazen to ask someone to step down after you lost to the person that you're claiming you can beat by by double digits. But then the other part of it is like, I don't know if and again, it's more having to do with ego than like an actual drive to help people. But could you imagine being like booted from your party, and yeah, you're still mayor, but I mean, they're going to hold a primary and you can't even run in it because they don't want you anymore. And you're just like, well, I guess I'm going to keep trying. I can't take a hint. It's wild. It really just shows you their arrogance. But this is one time where that inability to coalesce might actually deliver us the supposed socialist mayor, right? That's going to do all this horrible stuff to New York. Never mind the fact that the people who were, capitalist and in charge before wrecked it so much that the electorate over there is seemingly, we don't know for sure yet because we still have a few more months to go, but the electorate seems willing to move on from the same failed governor and failed mayor of the past, or I guess present, as one is still an incumbent.